Hey folks, it's Mad Rabbit. It's been a while. I don't know how long it's been since I made a video, but where I've actually talked in it, but it's probably been close to a year. And I know that was like the first video I had done in a long time, because even that video I did about a year ago, where I basically said thank you, that was the name of the title of the video if I remember right. But I basically was saying in that I had sort of semi-retired from the channel and I may return someday and whatever. But I was dealing with a lot of different issues back then. And I'm going to address a lot of things in this video. So I made a big list of things I want to talk about. And they may not interest you. They may. If you got free time, listen to it. But point is, I'm back making content for Elder Scrolls Online. If you haven't noticed over the past few weeks, I think I got the majority of the stuff out of the way. That all the other projects I got will be longer projects, and so you won't have your inboxes flooded with lots of stuff in the near future, at least until the next expansion releases, which I'm hearing is coming in June or something. So I gotta try and I have this big docket of things I want to get done. Because I'm obviously like a year behind on everyone, on all the stuff for Elder Scrolls Online, so I wanted to catch up on everything. Basically doing the survey maps and treasure maps for you guys. You may have noticed I did the Glenmoral Weird treasure maps. Those are also on the playlist. I did the treasure maps for basically the Greymoor expansion and the next one, which was Markarth or the Reach. I did all the treasure maps I could find, at least for those. I did not get the CE versions of any of those maps. I think for Greymoor, the Western Skyrim thing, I was supposed to get them, because I actually bought the collector's edition, but I never got them. So I guess you're just not going to get those maps. I'm sorry about that. I did most of the surveys. I'm still waiting on Alchemist and Blacksmith for the Western Skyrim to drop. That, who knows how long that'll be. Could be tomorrow, it could be years. I don't really know. I will eventually, hopefully they'll eventually drop. I have all my NPCs basically, all my characters basically doing surveys every morning when I wake up. So I got like a big pile of people doing that. So hopefully those two will pop up sooner rather than later. Let's see. I'll talk about some of the other. You may have noticed I've done some Sky Shard videos by region. And I've noticed that there's other people doing videos like this. And mostly those are going to be probably for people that are on the console. Or maybe for people that are on the PC, but maybe just aren't really comfortable with getting add-ons for the game or something. Or maybe they'd prefer using a video. So it's going to take me a very long time to get through all the regions in Tamriel, obviously. But I have Somerset done. I think that's up there. That was the first one. And then Western Skyrim and the Reach, since I've been doing a lot of running around in those two zones, I did all those, and those are probably up. I don't know if they'll be up before or after this video. I'm not really sure, but they're all prepared and ready to go for me to upload them. So I just haven't done it yet. As for what other guides I'm going to be doing for Elder Scrolls Online, I'm not really sure yet. I have some of those, I don't know what you would call them, but some of those achievement ones that require you running around on some of these certain land masses to find things. I'm obviously missing some of these newer zones. I'm missing, I like to call them like the Easter egg ones. Like you go around, you find certain things scattered around, but wherever they are. I know Murkmire, Southern Elsewhere, the Reach, and Western Skyrim all have one like that. And it usually requires you to go out and find a bunch of things in some of the delves and scatter around the land, and you usually get some sort of either a title or some sort of a special furniture item for doing that. I had done a couple of those for Somerset and probably, I think, Vardenfell. Well, that's the more than one, and I might have done some other ones. Oh yeah, Northern Elsewhere. I done some for those. I'm thinking of doing those, but here's the thing. I mean, I had a lot of time and effort put into doing videos like that. A lot of editing, a lot of work, a lot of running around. So I'm debating whether to do them or not, because they're not current. And obviously other people out there have made guides for these already. So whether or not it's even worth my effort to do these, I may do them anyway. So you may see those pop up on here soon. Yeah, so I don't know, those, I'm sort of already shot a little bit of footage for some of those. I've accidentally stumbled across a few of the items for some of this stuff. Now, a lot of the stuff I was saying in that video that I produced last year about the thank you video, most of it's still relevant now. I really don't know how much I'm going to go into here. I am going to go into some personal stuff later on in the video here. Talk about some of the things, work going on in my life. But to what extent I talk about this stuff, I sometimes wonder whether I should or shouldn't say nothing at all. It's not a good idea to play your life out on social media. I'm not a big fan of that kind of thing, but sometimes you get frustrated with things and you just get messed up. And I was pretty messed up last year. You can probably tell by the tone of my voice last year in that video compared to now. Definitely a little more upbeat now. I might as well, I'll just go into this now. And so am I better than I was last year? I think I'm better. Am I healed? Am I mentally fully focused? And no. I think some of these things just they wreck you. I mean, mentally. And I've been in a bad spot for my whole life, but there's been a number of issues. I don't remember exactly all the stuff I talked about last time around. The biggest issue last time around had to do with a situation between me and a woman, and let's just say it didn't really pan out real well. And the more I find out now, it's the more angry and depressed and all this that I get about it. So I just been kind of it's just, you just get triggered all the time. Like one day you'll feel okay, you're focused on something, and that's sort of why I'm going back to these videos, because I need a focus. So I got so much work ahead of me now that I'm focused, so I'm not dwelling upon the heavy depression and anger aspects of what went on there. So, I mean, believe me, I felt like sitting down to explain the whole situation, name names and all that, and I said that last year, but I just don't see the point in it now. This situation it's not good, so let's just say I probably better not say anything else about it, And that was the big thing. That was the big issue. Believe me, because lately, I don't even know how to explain where I'm at mentally right now. So it's hard to really explain it all. I don't know. You'd have to go in my life stories, and it would take hours, and I'm not going to do that in this video. I just wanted to just be a short update. Basically to say I'm back and talk about a lot of things after the channel and other stuff I'm going to hopefully be making and working on. And so, yeah, I'm dealing with other issues. I'm dealing with financial issues, as I mentioned before. I've been out of work for a good 13 or so years. I put some money into some investments, and they're starting to get a little bit bigger, and I'm also starting to make more money here on YouTube, so I'm a little bit worried about where that's going to leave me with the IRS and tax time. I'm trying to get information on a lot of that stuff because I'm starting to make a little more now. I don't think I'm making enough to file yet, but it also could endanger my healthcare coverage if I make too much. But then again, I need to make more because this is all I'm going to have when someday when I kind of reach that retirement age. And I'm a couple years shy of 50 right now, so I have to start thinking ahead about what am I going to do. You know what I mean? I can do stuff here on YouTube, but I'm only going to make so much. The content I'm making isn't really groundbreaking. So I'm not going to be one of these people that gets hundreds of thousands of subs and millions of views per video and all that. I've struggled on here for like a good 9-10 years, going back quite a ways. So things have changed a lot on here. So I'm realistic enough to know in my mind that things are only going to go so far on YouTube with me. So it's a nice supplemental little help me out money there with the some of the ad revenue from it, but it's not something I can really live on. And it could very well mess up things with the IRS in the future if I start making too much and all that. So yeah, so I got to be careful about my car. It's really old. I've had issues with it. Poured a lot of money into it over the past couple of years. Obviously, I mentioned before, my father's older, so I'm living with him. And he won't be around to help me out for too much longer, so who knows how many years that'll be. Our landlord is a friend of the family, and he's selling off the place, or he's looking into it. So, and he cut me and my father a pretty good deal on our rent here, but I just don't know, going on into the future, what that's gonna entail for us, cost-wise. You know, could be really, could be really bad. I have a lot of pain in my body. It's just I'm uncomfortable all the time. I ruptured a disc in my lower back, as I told you, quite a few years ago, probably about 15 or so years ago. And I just got a lot of aches and pains all over. I got bulging discs in other parts of the back. My spine just isn't in the right shape. A lot of aches and pains in my hands and my feet. And I got a little bit of extra weight on me now. I did a lot of exercising a couple of years ago and trying to get out of all that anxiety and depression around that situation. And I had lost weight, but then I pretty much regained it all back again. I even bought like some exercise equipment more recently, but you know, you only use it for a short while, then now it's just sitting there collecting dust. I'm hoping once the weather clears up, then I'll probably get back to doing some sort of exercising. I mean, I'm actually not eating like a filthy pig, though. I just don't have a very active lifestyle, and I used to do a lot of walking, so that's the big thing. You know, where I am, we get a pretty brutal winters here, so I don't do my walking in the wintertime too much, and I don't want to get sick. So, and I haven't been feeling really great. Aside from that, I've had a lot of vertigo, some of that ringing in the ear. It's called tinnitus. So I've had a little bit of issues with that. My eyesight's getting worse. I just got a lot of issues, and obviously I'm not be able to find a job because of some of my physical limitations. And now that I've been out of work for so long, a lot of the places I used to have on my resume are literally shut down and gone now. So I don't even have references anymore. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even have a way to get experience and get my foot in the door in some industry, not to mention I don't have the job skills for some of the stuff going on now. I'm looking for very specific things, and they just don't exist. So I gave up on it, and that's why I'm sort of doing this stuff here. Just, you know, this is what I'm good at. I'm making a little bit of money off it, not enough to live off of, but that's sort of why the focus was on this, because I got so much free time on my hand. I did sort of give up on entirely looking for jobs. I don't even bother. I got a new computer recently. I mean, the one I had been using for the past 6-7 years was a Windows 7 computer. Still works, but I took it offline. It's just an older computer, older operating system. And some of that stimulus money that we were given, I put towards the new computer. So with the Windows 10, very powerful. I've had zero problems with any of the games. The only problem is because it's Windows 10, a lot of my old software for recording and the rendering of videos doesn't quite work the same on this operating system as it did with the last one. Now, for a while there, I couldn't get my recording program to work, which is called Fraps. So I was looking at OBS, which is like a streaming software that works good for recording. And then for some reason, the rendering program I use is not like it'll show the video, but it won't show the audio. And I'd have to upgrade my Sony Vegas to a new one, new version, in order to get the audio issues to work from the videos, from the stuff recorded from OBS. So it's a whole thing. I had to work around some technical issues because I had actually wanted to start making these videos about a month ago, a month earlier than I did start making them. So I was dealing with a lot of stuff with that. I don't know. I'm just thinking, for Elder Scrolls content on here, the Elder Scrolls Online, I might expand out, do a few other things on here. I was thinking about some short videos. I don't think I'm going to do builds per se, but I was thinking of just like some kind of a video on like a treasure hunter type character. It would be sort of a build, like what skill lines you would help out and what sets would work out. But I'm not a min-maxer kind of guy. I don't know enough about the math behind a lot of this stuff, so I don't know. I'm kind of debating that in my mind. I know a lot of there was a couple comments about when I made that video last year. When I had some criticisms of Elder Scrolls Online, and I said, "Hey, I got no problem with you guys playing it, and I enjoy it sometimes. It's just that I had very specific reasons last time I was getting burned out in the game, and in my opinion, what I was talking about last year." And someone asked me recently when I came back, like, what do you think of it now? And my opinion really hasn't changed. I personally still think the game lacks in the story department. There's almost every delve in the game, you walk up to it, there's either a person right directly inside it or right directly outside the main entrance, and it's a dumb quest, and it's just like they're there for filler. And some of the recurring characters don't even do anything interesting anymore. And because ever since the 1 Tamriel update, you can't tell a linear story anymore, because everyone's has the option of starting a new character in different zones. So all these new people to the game are maybe making a character on Somerset, elsewhere, or Skyrim, like Western Skyrim, but they don't know the storyline from the Cold Harbor stuff from the base game, or they don't know the stuff from the Vardenfell storyline, and it's all disjointed. And they're trying to make small individual stories in each one of these. I get where they're going with it, but you need something that actually kind of tells a progressive story and tells something bigger and larger and grander, rather than just throwing in a bunch of random quests that are just boring as hell. The characters are boring as hell. The dialogue, even the delivery of it, just, to me, I still think it's not that good storytelling. I mean, it just isn't. I enjoy playing the game though, so every once in a while I play it, but then I get burned out and take breaks. And obviously, because I've been out of it for over a year now, I'm running around trying to do these videos for you guys, and I haven't even played the storylines in these 2 new zones I was talking about, Western Skyrim and the Reach. I'm going to be starting that soon. I want to get them done and out of my hair before this Blackwood comes out. Is that the next one? Blackwood, I think. Because I want to have everything done, and I'm just done and complete before I get in on that new one, whenever that comes out. So yeah, I was saying, like, I'm probably not doing any Let's Plays on here anymore, but who knows? I think I always maybe change my mind on that someday. The content I'm making for that kind of stuff in the past didn't give me any viewership or any interest, so for the channel, didn't really grow it too much. I mean, I had some interest in the Kenshi stuff, and I liked that. Some interest in the Dwarf Fortress stuff, but there were small numbers. And some of the role-playing stuff I did with Skyrim, I personally enjoyed it, but it really wasn't worth the effort that I put into a lot of that stuff. So, you never know. I may come back to it, because I don't know, I haven't even played it. One thing I do want to put out there, I was putting some stuff out in the weeks leading up to my return here, because I had seen some videos on the Spiffing Brits channel about different exploits you can get to grow your channel. I just did a few like polls, like on a whim, and I would like to be able to insert some footage here from the polls, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to. Fraps does not want to work outside of the games now, so I can't video capture quite well. Maybe I'll try and jury rig something with OBS just to get the video for it or something. But I had like 3 polls, and I'll just go over quickly the results with you, because I think I don't know, I was just like playing around with it to see if I can draw in more people. So it had a lot of votes on it, which was pretty interesting, because there is something to what that YouTuber was talking about. I think he was also talking about the shorts, which are shorter videos that are like 1 minute long that YouTube's trying to promote now. So I was thinking, like, maybe trying to find some way to exploit that, just to maybe grow the channel a little bit. I'm not sure how, but that's sort of where I was trying to think of an idea of doing like short builds or something. But I don't know. I don't know where my first poll I put out was out of the stuff from the Elder Scrolls Online, which one did you like between the Thieves Guild and the Dark Brotherhood expansions? What do you think was better from like a story point of view? And I had 3 options up there. I think 32 said Thieves Guild, 45% said Dark Brotherhood, and what was it, like 23% had like my third option was like, who are you? Because that was the first one, because a lot of people are being sent these polls, according to Spiffing Brit's video, that aren't even subbed to your channel. And I was just sort of interested to see how many. So I had 23% who didn't even know who I was. They just sort of commented and said, who are you? So it was interesting. I just was kind of put that out there as my first poll on the community tab for the channel, on the channel page now. So I think I got 4 of them up there. So we'll go over these real quickly. The second one I had was about role-playing in Elder Scrolls Online, and I think if you want to, you can read the specific way I wrote these out, but for role-playing, I think 12% role-play for real, like in the game and stuff. 27% role-play just during the creation process, and which I think that's sort of where I fall into it. In my mind, I have an idea of what this person is when I create a character for a game like this. But I don't actually like role-play like with people and, you know, do stuff like that on the internet, really. But I have in times past, but I'm usually very unserious. I mean, I should almost make videos of it because it's just, I don't know, maybe you'd find it humorous, some of the stuff. I'm usually just screwing around with people that are trying to seriously roleplay, and I'm just being an idiot. I'm probably pissing off those people. Some people just, and let's see, 12% roleplay, 27% just during creation, 39% don't do any roleplaying at all. Basically, they're there for just to play the game, either through achievements or min-maxing or whatever they do. And then there was like 22% that said, depends, sometimes, both, which I guess maybe I almost fall into that category, you know. Then my third poll was just, are you a T-Rex or a Triceratops? It was a dumb poll. It was short because, you know, it was something to short, dumb polls according to this exploit. And I said, well, I'll just try one out. And I got quite a few responses. You know, 59% said T-Rex, 41% said Triceratops. And in my mind, I think, like, what are you more like, I'm trying to think of how I was thinking it when I wrote this. Are you more about offense or defense? But the Triceratops is kind of like an offensive type of defense. I should have put a third one in there. You know, like that was more just defense or something, like maybe like an ankylosaur or something. But anyway, that's the only two I had for the both. So I'm thinking like more like what I'm really asking you is, what are you more like a best offense is a good defense type of person, or are you like more offense? You know, I think that's what the poll, I was really thinking of psychologically speaking why I wrote that poll. So, you know, there's a method to my madness here. So the fourth poll was about this whole situation with Gina Carano, a former MMA fighter who worked on The Mandalorian, that Star Wars television show that was on Disney Plus, and I was just curious where people fell on that one. It was just basically two poll things where it says, are you for or against her? The second one, I wrote it kind of slanted because I'm for her, but I got the weird feeling that I'm not sure if the ones that are against her were just being so to be sarcastic, or if I legitimately got this number. If this was a legit number, it's kind of scary because that you can just go out there and cancel somebody for literally nothing, in my opinion. Make something and just target them and go after them. I thought for a while now that this kind of thing was, I'd just be interested to know what the general common man thinks of in a non-partisan poll here would say. So 67% were for, 33 against, which I personally feel is like, that can't be right. It's way too many against, even though 2/3 are for. Just, I don't know, man. That's just saying something about society right now. So it's pretty bad, in my opinion, but, well, I guess you're entitled to your opinion, but I just don't agree with it. Last thing was just I put a video up there just to see if you did get an influx. I only got like 82 views, but from the time I put it up, extra. So I think that video gets a lot of views anyway. I just wanted to see. I have no way of really knowing whether it increased the amount of views I would get normally for that video or not. But I got like 80 something views on that particular video after putting that video poll out there in the community tab. So I don't know if the exploit worked. Yeah, sure, I've been steadily, gradually getting more subscribers, but at the same time, it's not like it was my normal growth rate anyway. And what I'm saying, I just I don't know if the exploit worked for me. In other words, I maybe could have been more aggressive, put up more polls out, more stupid things, post more video stuff on there or whatever. And I just haven't done that. So I may, from time to time, you may see me post something on this community tab thing, and you might just see it in your inbox or something like just randomly out of the blue. I have ideas for other polls, just ideas, things I want to just throw out there just to get people's take on it. It's not always going to be about Elder Scrolls Online. I actually used to, like I mentioned, like I have a lot of people that were on here for Minecraft in the past, some that were on for Dwarf Fortress, for Kenshi, and some of these in Skyrim, and some of these other videos. So I may throw some random stuff out there for stuff talking about that or whatever. So, all right, look, I've been rambling. This is already getting close to a half hour from what I'm seeing here. I don't even know what footage I'm going to have posted on here. Either Elder Scrolls Online or I've been playing Dragon's Dogma lately, which is an older game, but it's really a good game. I was playing like Monster Hunter World last month. No, wait, not last month. Around Christmas time. And I enjoyed that game, but it just kept reminding me of Dragon's Dogma. They're the same company that made them. And so, like, I like the idea of where you're actually able to, like, jump on top of these monsters, start stabbing them in the freaking head, which you didn't really have that in Monster Hunter World. But Monster Hunter World looked visually really cool. So, I don't know, just two games that they were kind of like similar and like from the same company, and just kind of got that vibe off of them. I really liked them. So maybe I'll just throw footage of that on here. I don't know. Whatever I decide to do. And there's a train going by telling me probably I should just shut up now. I want to thank you guys for all the positive comments that I got from that thank you video from last year. It did mean a lot, and I've gotten comments from, yeah, you're back, and thank you, and a lot of those over the past year since I've been sort of absent. I log in every day. I read every comment. I don't always reply to every comment. Some of them are just, thank you, and I do appreciate it, and it's helpful to me if you guys do throw a random comment on there like, thanks or something, because the more comments, the more thumbs up and things like that, they do work to your favor in the algorithm, I think, and that's why usually I'll try to reply if I'm not too focused on something else, or if you spam me like with a bunch of thank yous, then I might only reply to one or two of them, not all of them, sir, or whatever. So yeah, I've gotten a lot of dumb comments too, but I could go on. Believe me, I can go off on a little rant about those too. But you make these map videos and then you can't satisfy everyone. Some of them are like, oh, this is too long. Oh, this is too short. You sped up the footage here too much. Or I'm never going to satisfy all of you. I went off on one person about a month ago because they had been first they left like a bunch of really good comments. Then they left a bunch of bad ones. And finally, I just flipped out and I just wrote some really nasty stuff to this person, basically saying, look, just freaking leave, just go. But no, I was pretty nasty, and I won't repeat what I said, but there are some basic things you need to know just to play some of these games. You need to know basic map reading 101. You need to know, like, have a sense of direction. You need to, like, not have this, like, entitlement mentality, like everyone's going to do it perfectly for you, and if you do something slightly wrong, you're gonna, I'm gonna go on there and I'm gonna air my, come on, man. I mean, would you appreciate that? If it was like hugely erroneously wrong, I would like say, okay, right, you're right, and I'll fix that, or I'll make another video of that, or whatever. I actually have fixed one or two, redid one or two of the old ones, but I'm just not gonna do that anymore. Because if you can get to the place that I'm telling you to get to, and I've looked at everyone I rewatched the videos that these people had complained about, get like a bunch of thank yous and this worked out for me and all this stuff. And then you'll have one random one, like from someone who has to be like semi-retarded or something, saying, hey, like what do you want to do? Go to your house and like chew your food for you and spit it down your throat, that kind of thing? I mean, let me change your diapers and handhold you? Just go to the freaking way shrine and just come on, you gotta explore the map a little bit. I mean, north, west, north, south, east, just figure it out. Basic map reading 101, people. Crack a window open. Maybe you're dying of carbon monoxide poisoning in your house. I don't know. I mean, maybe that's why you're acting like a retard. So that's the kind of stuff I was basically saying to this person. And I don't really care. I'm not apologizing anymore. Believe me, I've been thinking for a while now, starting another channel where I would just go on rants and not care about the money or the ad revenue and just say stuff. And I got very specific views on things. I won't bring it up here, but I would almost maybe not do it on YouTube, or if I did, I would do it and mirror all that content over on some sort of an alternative social media site like BitChute or something. I don't know, because if you start putting forth opinions on things, or acting out of like, hey, I believe this, and then everyone else comes out of the woodwork and like, I don't believe that, I don't do. Come on. Then people are calling people literal this or literal that. You're not literal nothing. Come on, give it a rest. That's those old tropes are starting to just wear real thin, and our world's falling apart. So like, get your head out of your ass. That's basically where me and a lot of people are at right now. We're sick of the bull crap. So that's why sometimes if you're just being stupid, I'm gonna go off on you, or block you. 99% of the time I just block. I don't even reply, which is probably what I'll do. I'm not gonna feed the trolls or whatever. So, and I that stuff used to bother me way back in the day, and it doesn't bother me anymore. Now I get a kick out of it, and I just I'll either delete it or I'll go off like I did that one time. Just when I'm in a surly mood or whatever. All right, I'm still rambling. All right, I am leaving. Maybe I'll do another channel update or talk about random things in some other video in the coming months. But right now I'm doing pretty good. So, or better. So, we'll just leave it at that. All right. Adios, folks. See you next time.
How amusing. Haven't you noticed that the pact I've made protects me from death?
Ignore his words, keepers. Begin the separation.
I'm not confident this will work, Sirion. What are you not doing? Oh, I do so love to see magic. Is that what this is? This isn't as grand as the spells I learned from the Daedra, but I don't expect much from them. Remember, children, you'll never keep me here of your own accord, not when the Daedra fight for me. Perhaps you'd fare better if you